abducted from Scotland in the middle of the night. Our sovereignty has been violated, our courts have been defied, and a foreign military has abducted 2 people from...
Ross Greer, member of the Scottish
Welcome
Greens.
to the channel. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. The BBC are reporting that the captain and first officer of a Russian-flagged oil tanker have been taken out of UK territory by US Coast Guards. The Americans have allegedly seized the vessel, the Marinera, on 7 January, south of Iceland, before sailing it to the Moray coast, east of Inverness. The US Department of Justice has apparently told Scottish authorities on Tuesday morning that the skipper, Avantadil Caladades, and his unnamed colleague were on board the US Coast Guard's vessel Monroe. Scotland's Justice Secretary Angela Constance said the episode had shown a lack of respect for Scottish jurisdiction and Scots law. On Monday, the Court of Session in Edinburgh imposed an order banning the UK and Scottish authorities from removing the crew from Scottish jurisdiction at the request of the captain's wife, Natia Dazdazamia. At a second virtual hearing on Tuesday, the court was told that the US Department of Justice emailed Scotland's prosecution service at 3:04 a.m. in the morning to confirm the captain and first officer had been taken off the Marinera onto the Monroe. It has been reported that Solicitor General Ruth Charteris Casey asked for the interim interdict to be recalled. She said, in short, they are no longer in the territorial jurisdiction of this court. Charteris told the court that the US authorities had approached the Crown Office for mutual legal assistance, the process which normally kickstarts extradition proceedings on the 16th of January, but she added that the request was subsequently withdrawn by the Americans on Monday. Acting for Natia Dazdamia, Claire Mitchell Casey said the American request for mutual legal assistance raised the question of whether the men had been under the control of the Scottish authorities. The Solicitor General said the Crown Office and Scottish ministers' Scottish government have never at any point detained any of the 26 or the captain or first officer and have never had them under their control. The judge, Lord Young, agreed to lift the order. Deep concerns and frustrations. Constance said she had deep concerns and frustrations over a lack of communications surrounding the incident. She said the Scottish government had not been furnished with full information and had to rely on updates from its UK colleagues. She added that no notice had been given that the US were going to sail the vessel into Scottish waters. Constance said, we have a number of questions, we have a number of concerns and deep frustrations about how this matter has evolved because it is a matter of significant public interest and confidence. The Scottish government wants to play our part in the international justice because that is appropriate and responsible, but that starts with the recognition and respect that must be afforded to Scottish jurisdiction and Scots law. 5 men later left the hotel with luggage, but the 26 remaining crew members of the ship, said to be from Russia, India, Georgia and the Ukraine, have asked to leave the UK on a voluntary basis. The men have been held by immigration officials at a hotel in Moray. Arrangements are now being made to fly 5 of them from Scotland to the US and the remainder to their home countries. Earlier, a group of men were seen leaving a hotel in Elgin. This was at the time earlier in January, a short distance from RAF Lossiemouth. Now, after the hearing, Solicitor Amar Anwar, representing the captain's wife, said the events raised serious constitutional and legal concerns. The Glasgow-based human rights lawyer added, our client's judicial review can no longer be enforced now her husband has in essence been adopted by the US government on Scottish and British territory. For over 2 weeks, a vessel guarded by foreign military force remained in Scottish territorial waters, during which time no effective steps were taken by the authorities to assert jurisdiction or protect the legal rights of those aboard. Anwar said the Calazanzes and the first officer were moved in within a matter of hours of the petition for judicial review being received by the Court of Session. He added it should not fall to the wife of a detained captain to compel scrutiny of this international scandal. So yeah, that's what's happening. Please do keep tuned for future updates and stories. Yes, so everything is alleged or allegedly. Please do your own research. This is just for journalistic and entertainment purposes. And of course, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, man, done talking.